What if I told you that a tiny spice, smaller than your fingernail, that you often overlook, could bring your body back to life and trigger an erection in just 1 minute? No matter how old you are, what pills you've taken, or how many times you've felt disappointed, a single bite could start to restore the strength you thought you had lost forever. I know it sounds hard to believe, but listen to me because what I'm about to reveal could change everything. I'm Dr. Laura, and for over 30 years, I've helped men over 60 reclaim what time and modern life have slowly taken away: confidence, blood flow, energy, and the power to feel like themselves again. Not with expensive medications or empty tricks, but by awakening what the body still knows how to do when you give it exactly what it needs. And here's the twist: the solution isn't a new scientific breakthrough or a high-tech gadget. It's a spice that has been hiding in plain sight, one that your ancestors used before intimacy and that science now confirms works better than anyone ever imagined. The irony is that you've probably passed it in your kitchen hundreds of times without knowing what it could do. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how chewing this spice for just 60 seconds can open your blood vessels, reduce the stress that's crushing your testosterone, combat gum disease that blocks circulation, and help you sleep more deeply so your hormones can recover naturally. I'll guide you step by step, and I promise that by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to use it and what to expect in your first 7, 14, and 30 days. Before we dive into this powerful method, take a moment to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any of the natural health tools I create specifically for men like you. And if this message inspires you, write a 1 in the comments. If not, write a 0 so I know how to serve you better. Alright, let's start with the heart of this discovery, because nothing works without understanding what makes this tiny spice so powerful. The secret is a natural compound hidden within every clove, called eugenol. This ingredient is the reason your blood starts to flow, your vessels relax, and your body begins to respond as it used to, maybe even better. Let me explain how it works. I'll never forget the first time a patient looked me in the eye and said, "Doctor, I just want to feel like myself again." He wasn't talking about having abs or running marathons. He was talking about intimacy, confidence, strength, the silent power a man carries when his body still responds as it should. That's what led me to explore natural alternatives, and that's when I kept coming back to this powerful compound, eugenol. Eugenol is found in high concentrations within cloves, and when you chew a clove, just 1 or 2, the oils released contain this extraordinary substance. But eugenol doesn't just stay in your mouth, it enters your bloodstream almost immediately through the mucous membranes. What it does next is where the magic begins. Eugenol acts as a vasodilator, meaning it helps your blood vessels relax and open up, especially the narrow, stubborn ones that feed your sexual organs. After 60, those vessels tend to harden and lose flexibility, which is why blood doesn't flow like it used to. Eugenol acts like a natural massage for your arteries, gently opening the pathways and allowing blood to move freely. It's not forced. It's not artificial, just a wake-up call for what your body used to do effortlessly. What makes this even more powerful is that eugenol stimulates the production of nitric oxide, the same compound those little blue pills try to mimic. But this isn't chemistry. It's biology, and it's happening naturally without side effects, headaches, or the dreaded drop-off. Many men describe a warm sensation, a feeling of circulation returning within minutes. It's subtle but powerful, and if that's what just one compound can do, wait until you hear what this spice does for the stress that has been silently killing your testosterone for years. Why do erections weaken after 60, and how does clove counteract it? I've had countless men in their 60s, 70 seconds, and even 80 seconds come to my office with downcast eyes, soft voices, whispering the same thing: "It just doesn't work like it used to." And I always tell them it's not a personal failure. It's not shameful. It's biology. As we age, the tiny blood vessels that support erections begin to narrow and harden. They lose their elasticity. Years of stress, processed foods, inflammation, and lack of movement start to take their toll. The result? Blood doesn't flow like it used to, and without that blood flow, an erection simply can't happen. But here's the part that most doctors never say out loud: those changes aren't permanent. They're reversible. That's where cloves come in and why they're such a powerful ally for older men. Remember that compound we talked about, eugenol? Not only does it relax your blood vessels, but it also helps restore flexibility to the inner walls of those vessels. Think of it like cleaning out a rusty pipe and making it smooth again. Blood starts to flow more easily, more completely, and to where it needs to go. Some of my patients have told me that after just a couple of weeks of using this method daily, they woke up with morning erections for the first time in years, not from a pill, not from a miracle, but because their circulation finally had the chance to work again. That's the beauty of this natural method. It doesn't force your body. It simply gives it permission to return to its original design. But here's the catch. Even with perfect blood flow, an invisible force can stop everything before it starts, and it's likely been sabotaging you for decades. Let's uncover that. Next, how to do the 60-second clove method step by step. The best solutions are often the simplest, and this method I'm about to share has helped so many of my older patients feel like themselves again, without prescriptions, without awkward doctor visits, without waiting in line at the pharmacy. Just a small intentional act you can do right in your kitchen. And the best part, it only takes a minute. Here's how I tell my patients to do it. Take 2 or 3 whole cloves, not powdered, but whole dried cloves, ideally organic, but any good quality clove will do. Place them between your molars, the back teeth where you chew the strongest. Bite down slowly until you feel them break. Here's the key. Don't rush. Let the oils coat your tongue and mouth. Breathe through your nose. Stay relaxed for the first 30 seconds. Just hold the broken pieces in your mouth, letting your saliva mix with the oils. You might feel a warm, strong sensation. It's intense, yes, but that's a good sign. It means the eugenol is being absorbed through the sensitive membranes in your mouth directly into your bloodstream. Then, start chewing slowly, not hard, just enough to break down the clove completely. Keep it in your mouth for another 30 seconds, working the oils with your saliva. That's it. You can swallow the remnants or spit them out. Either option is fine. What makes this method so effective is how quickly it acts. Some men say they feel the difference within minutes. Their mind's clear. They feel more present, more connected to their bodies. But chewing cloves isn't just about blood flow and energy. It also unlocks something that most men over 60 desperately need and probably don't even realize they're missing. We'll talk about that next. When to use the technique for best results. And of the questions I get all the time, usually after a man has tried the clove method for the first time and felt that unmistakable warmth, is, when should I use it for the best results? And the truth is, timing can make a difference. Like anything powerful, it's not just about doing it. It's about when you do it. Think of this as tuning an instrument. You want everything to be in harmony: your hormones, your nervous system, your blood flow. For many of my patients, nighttime is the golden hour, about an hour before bed, when the day calms down and the mind begins to relax. Chewing cloves at that time helps relax the nervous system and prepares your body for better sleep. And it's not just about resting. Deep restorative sleep is when your body produces the most testosterone. That's your foundation. Nighttime use sets the stage for the next day: better energy, clearer focus, and yes, stronger morning erections. But don't discount the morning either. Using this method on an empty stomach first thing helps boost circulation and sets a calm yet alert tone for your day. Some men prefer to use it before exercising or walking, while others use it before intimacy, 30 to 45 minutes beforehand, for that extra sense of presence, connection, and stamina. The key is to listen to your body and be consistent. Daily use builds momentum over time. This isn't a one-time trick. It's a daily investment in your vitality. And if you're wondering how such a simple act can lead to such profound changes, it helps to understand what might be holding your body back in the first place. There's a silent force that most men never suspect, and it's been robbing you of your strength from within. Let's expose it next. The silent force. Stressy can't count how many good men I've had in front of me, men who eat well, stay active, even follow all the right advice, but still feel like something isn't right. Their energy is low. Their desire comes and goes, and when it comes to intimacy, their bodies just don't respond like they used to. It's then that I ask them a question. How's your stress? The room usually falls silent. They sigh, and then I hear the truth. Worries about money, health, marriage, aging. It's a heavy burden, and most don't realize how much that silent pressure is destroying their masculinity from within. You see, chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, a hormone meant to help you in moments of danger, not to stay elevated all day, every day. But in today's world, most men over 60 live in a nearly constant state of tension. And here's the cruel part. Cortisol and testosterone cannot coexist at high levels. When one rises, the other falls. That means the more stress you carry, the less testosterone your body produces, and the weaker your sexual response becomes. This is where the clove becomes more than just a circulation booster. It actually helps regulate the stress response. The compound beta-caryophyllene found in cloves binds to receptors in the brain that signal safety and calm. In just minutes, you can feel a relief in your chest, a clarity in your mind, a letting go of the pressure that's been building for years. And as cortisol drops, testosterone can finally rise back up naturally, without forcing it. You may start to feel more like yourself again, without even realizing the change at first, but it's real. And there's another powerful benefit that comes from this stress relief, one that works silently while you sleep and could be the missing piece in your hormonal recovery. We'll talk about that next. Chewing cloves, better sleep, more testosterone. If there's one thing I've seen time and time again with my older patients, it's this: when sleep starts to crumble, everything else starts to crumble too. You can eat well, exercise, take all the supplements in the world, but if your sleep is broken, your hormones have no chance. That's because most of your testosterone, your repair work, your healing happens at night, specifically during deep, uninterrupted sleep. But how many men over 60 really get that kind of rest these days? Many tell me they're lying awake at a.m., staring at the ceiling with racing minds, or they fall asleep quickly but wake up multiple times during the night, never feeling fully rested. Then they wonder why their energy is low, why desire feels like a distant memory, or why they just can't get going like they used to. The answer, more often than not, is poor sleep quality. That's where cloves come in, not just as a circulation aid but as a powerful ally for the nervous system. The compounds in cloves, especially eugenol and beta-caryophyllene, not only relax blood vessels, they also calm the part of your brain that regulates your sleep cycle. When you chew them at night, about an hour before bed, cloves help you enter a deeper, more stable sleep. Many men tell me they start dreaming again, waking up with more clarity, more energy, and yes, more often with stronger morning erections. That's not a coincidence. It's testosterone doing its job again. So if you've been struggling to feel rested or wondering why your drive and edge have disappeared, start paying attention to how you sleep, because improving that area can send a wave of healing throughout your entire system. But cloves don't stop there. What if I told you that even your gums, your oral health, could be secretly damaging the strength of your erections? Let's uncover that surprising connection next. Gum disease could be destroying your erections. Cloves can fix that too. It may sound strange at first, but I've seen it too many times to ignore. A man walks into my office complaining of low energy, weak erections, and no clear explanation for why. His blood pressure seems fine, his labs are decent, but then I ask a simple question: how's your dental health? And that's when the truth comes out: bleeding gums, receding gum lines, persistent bad breath. Most men never imagine that what's happening in their mouth could be affecting what happens in their bedroom. But the science is clear. Everything is connected. Your mouth is a gateway to your circulatory system. When you have gum disease, whether you notice it or not, the bacteria in your mouth enter your bloodstream, traveling through your body, creating silent inflammation that damages the very blood vessels responsible for erections. It's like trying to get water to flow through a hose full of mud. The pressure might be there, but nothing flows cleanly. Studies have even shown that men with advanced gum disease are up to 70% more likely to experience erectile dysfunction. That's not a coincidence. It's biology. Now here's where cloves become more than just a useful spice. They become a daily detoxifier. Clove oil is one of nature's most powerful natural antiseptics. When you chew whole cloves, those antibacterial compounds start working immediately, neutralizing harmful bacteria in your mouth before they can reach your bloodstream. It's quick, effective, and sometimes you can feel it working with just one bite. It's one of the simplest yet most overlooked steps to restoring health throughout your body. And when your mouth is clean, your blood flows cleaner too. But now that your vessels are opening, your hormones are rising, and your system is functioning better, what should you expect next? Let me guide you through what happens week by week once you commit to this powerful habit. What to expect in 7, 14, and 30 days. One of the most encouraging parts of working with older men is seeing how their expressions change over time. I'll never forget a man in his late 60s who came to me tired, skeptical, and embarrassed by what he had lost. We started the clove method together, and I asked him to be consistent for just 1 month. After a week, he called me and said, "Doctor, something is happening. I feel more awake in the mornings. that was just the beginning. In the first 7 days, most men notice subtle changes: a warm feeling in the body, a clearer mind, slightly deeper sleep, a little more motivation to move or get outside for a walk. It's not dramatic, but it's there, and it's a sign that your body is beginning to respond. By day 14, things often accelerate. Energy increases. Mornings feel different, more alert, sometimes with the return of something you haven't felt in years: spontaneous morning erections. It's not magic. It's circulation coming back online and testosterone starting to whisper again. By day 30, many men tell me they feel like a different person. Not only are their erections returning with greater consistency and strength, but their confidence shifts. They carry themselves differently. Their wives or partners notice it, even if intimacy hasn't fully resumed. The connection, the emotional presence begins to rebuild, and that's the true goal: to feel like yourself again, to live in a body that feels alive, not stagnant or shut down. But remember, this is just the beginning. Once you unlock this strength, the real question is, how do you maintain and protect it for years to come? Final thought: power you've been missing is closer than you think. For 30 years, I've worked with men like you, men who silently struggle with dwindling energy, fading confidence, and the worry that their best years are behind them. But here's the truth: they don't have to be. Something as simple as chewing a few cloves for just 60 seconds can do more than boost circulation. It alleviates stress, restores deep sleep, ignites testosterone, and even freshens your mouth to protect your heart and vitality. I've seen it revive blood flow, rekindle desire, and most importantly, help men feel like themselves again. If you're still reading, your body is already craving change. Now you know how to make it happen. The choice is yours. Keep waiting for a miracle or start creating one yourself. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to take that first step. Try it tonight and let your strength return day by day.